Here we are with Deadly Grounds Coffee and founder, Tom. Tom, how do you come up with these amazing, sinfully delicious blends?
I just let my dark impulses take over.
And that's wisdom to grow on. Deadly Grounds, poweringHorrorbuzz.com today. Drink it, won't you? Coffee and scares. It really can't get better. We're about to do the Alone experience. We were told to find a roaming black pod on the show floor. Yeah, so that's the black pod. Let's see what happens. All right, we were told to go east and find the pink triangle. Let's go. Okay, we found the pink triangle. Why is it so sad? Why is it sad? Why is it sad? Why is it sad?
Blue. Blue. Pink. Blue. Blue. Blue.
I didn't unweave anything.
Blackout 8 million bajillion times. I've done all the blackouts out in LA, and I've done victim experience, and you couldn't pay me enough money to do the Kid Manor. I like pushing my limits. I don't get scared very easily. You know, when something pops out at you and goes boo, of course you're gonna jump and go, ah, and then you're fine. But I like to feel a little real terror every now and then, but still have the comfort of knowing that it's not real, I guess, if that makes sense.
Tal's kind of interesting because he's actually a psych major and he sees folks, and he was doing his thesis right at the time?
Yeah, I'm working on my doctoral dissertation.
And he was so wigged out by what happened that took us a long time to bring him back to say like, no, you should keep on going with what you're doing, because he wanted out of what you were, you know, as far as all the work you're putting in. And I don't know, it was interesting because we never had someone with the psych background before. And I think it kind of affected you, right?
Yes.
Still?
Still.
You had asked, so like, give me feedback, get in touch. And I went back and I wrote you, I think, 2 emails the week afterwards. And one was, I look at this, and I even wrote it in the ScareLA bio for myself. Like, this is psychological exploration for me. Like, this is not me just trying to look for a thrill, be scared. It's more than that. And that's why I responded so heavily to the victim experience is, yes, it's frightening. Yes, it's theater. Yes, it's an exploration. And I wrote JT a couple of days later and I said, thank you for that exploration. And actually, in my very first, it wasn't the physical stuff that got me. It was the psychology behind what was going on in the scenes. And that's what works best for me. And I will say it about Blackout as well. I'm one of those people that's been lucky enough in Blackout, and you read about it online, of some people go through Blackout and have very negative experiences, and some people go through Blackout and have moments of absolute revelation and clarity. And I think I've had two that two that absolutely changed my life. And one of them happened in New York last year, and I can't explain exactly what happened, but I was in a very intense situation inside Blackout, and they know me well enough to know sort of my triggers, and they did an extremely aggressive physical scene with me, and in the middle of it, they asked me something, and the answer that came out of my mouth stunned me, and it revealed something about myself that both was sort of like a moment of absolute devastation and absolute joy at the same time. I was wondering, I don't know if you're aware of that moment happened, but the show got very awkward for about 15 seconds.
It does that.
So I think you thought because I know you were in the room at the time among other cast members, but
I know what you're talking about.
Halloween, Michael Myers comes home to Halloween Horror Nights Universal Studios Hollywood. Are you guys excited? I heard this too when we asked the question. The Michael Myers mask, the iconic Michael Myers mask. What is that? Do you guys know?
William Shatner.
Shatner. That's what it was. A William Shatner mask. Again, I believe a Don Post mask.
Yes.
The producers actually approached Don Post when they were, in pre-production for Halloween and wanted him to design a mask, but this was a $300,000 low-budget horror film. They couldn't afford to do that. So, if I'm not mistaken, they bought the mask for $2. Yeah. At a drugstore. And
yeah, we know Rob, and we work with Rob.
know him well. Thanks for asking that question.
Taking to it, is a more modern take of exactly what Rob would do, and that look and feeling of it, and the production design. I mean, he's a very cool visual guy, and you guys know that on his website. But yeah, visually and everything. Oh,
you know what I
very
really
cool.
like?
Very cool.
One of the environments I really like in Rob's film is with all the masks.
Oh yeah, see,
I thought that was super
that's
cool.
a really cool visual one.
One of the things, we worked obviously with Rob on House of Thousand Corpses for 2 years, and you have a history with Rob predating that. But I'll never forget Rob's manager, Andy Gould, said to me once that when he first met Rob, he asked him, what his ultimate goal was. And it was to do this.
Yeah.
I mean, really, besides music and films, he loves, this kind of stuff. And he had a ball working with us. We had a great time working with him.
He would love to do.
And now he's doing what
Yeah,
he said
like
he would always do, so it's really cool.
Horror-themed amusement park, like a whole park. That would be.
That was his
ultimate goal.
dream, and he's kind of doing it now. So
Yeah.
all right. So we're going to do this in the form of a trivia question, and I made it diabolically hard.
It was.
I tested it backstage on certain people. They're like, what? Because I'm cruel and evil. All right. Are you guys ready with your microphones, ScareLA crew? Because I'm going to pick somebody. It's going to be like the first hand I see up. Unfortunately, if you don't get it right, I'm tearing down into shreds. Okay, right here, live in front of you. That's what's going to happen.
He's been saying this for about a week.
Into tiny pieces. I'm going to take it home. I'm going to give it to my 2-year-old. I'm going to throw it up in the air and go, party! Because for some reason she likes to tear paper and do that. All right. You guys ready? Or do you want to pick it?
You got it.
Okay, good. Trivia question, of course, from Halloween. And don't shout it out, because then I'm really going to tear it. And don't try to Google this, because I can destroy phones with my mind. It's like the movie Scanners. All right. What is Michael Myers' middle name? Right there, standing up, sir, right there with the hat. You're the first person I saw in peripheral vision. God, I hope you get this right.
Wow. Are you ready?
Hold on. Hold on. Okay, go.
Audrey?
You were absolutely right, sir! You have a look on your face, I'm so sorry. That's such a treat. You were absolutely right, and you win. So come up and see us afterwards, man, and we'll hook you up and get some contact information.
Everybody's favorite big top barker, the ringmaster. The ringmaster. Yeah. Okay, forward. Away from the bar. Go.
I was making a date back here. Date at the bar. Oh, darling. Hello. Oh, good. Surprise! I bet you didn't recognize me, did you? I know. Let's see what we're doing this year, shall we? I have no idea. It's the book of great ideas, yes. Notice it's sort of a slim volume. I marked the page. It's a little dusty, just like me. Lullaby, which features our own little scary Mary. When the bough falls, the cradle will drop. It's our own precious little scary Mary, quite contrary. Mary was a Betsy. From the beginning till forever. Yes, this truly wretched child resides in Lullaby. We're so proud of our little scary Mary. From birth, strange occurrences followed her wherever she went. Yes, her father was sippy cup. Ringmaster cups available at DarkHarbor. That's not water. I get the percentage this year. It's in my new roundup. Anyhow, I digress. Mary's father took her on a pleasure cruise on the Queen one day. Yes, she made many friends. Horrible things started to happen around the boat. One of their favorite activities was swimming in the first-class pool. One day, Mary's father took her on an eternal swim, drowning her in a pool. For all eternity, to become a soggy, fungal mess. His isn't that a delightful image? But Mary arose from her watery grave, and now she resides in haunts lullaby, always looking for a new playmate or two. Say, little playmate, come out and dance with me, and bring your dollies three. Mary gets a little cranky if she hasn't had her nap. Off to you. Mary, off you go. Charity, my sweet Charity.
Yes, hello.
What can you tell us about the paintball adventure?
Oh, I mean, I do know that I got to test it out last week, and it's pretty fantastic.
Yes, was it empowering?
It is very empowering.
What part of the body did you aim for?
The head, always, though.
Balls, said the queen. If I had them, I'd be king. What were we talking about?
All right, children, that's a wrap. Come on, team. Who's got my sippy cup? Sippy cup, here we go. Here we go. Oh my goodness, I was exhausted. I was pulling it up from my infested foam toes. Yes, come on. Who's buying me a drink at the bar? Thank you. Thank you. You know who you are. Norman, Rick, Joanna, thank you, darlings. Thank you. Good night. I'm back to my coffin. Yes. Here we go. Nail me with the shoes of Satan on. Here we go. The sunlight. And see.
out there like Halloween? Yeah! Anybody like Not Scary Farm? Oh, I love it. I've been walking the halls of ScareLA since yesterday, and it's been so tough. Because I love all you guys, love talking to you guys, and everybody wants to ask me all these questions, and I say, I can't say anything. I was at lunch just now and got asked, and I said, I can't say anything. Well, guess what? We can now say things! Right now. We have 11 mazes this year. Am I correct in saying more than any in the industry? I got a shrug. Come on, John. Commit. 5 skeleton key rooms. 1,000 monsters. The most of any in the industry lurking in the mist. Show 3 scare zones. Park-wide, nowhere to hide. Used to be they replaced, well, I'll just go here and wait for you. Not anymore. They cover the whole park. 2 shows. How about the return? This is better than the Republican debate, man. You guys are, ooh, ah! Let's try it. Go, ooh. Now go, ah! All right, nice. The return of the Scary Farm Pass, that's right, for a special price, and I think we're going to get to that in a minute. You can add parking! You can add parking. If you have parking already on your Knott's regular season pass, you already have parking. First, returning Maze 2015. Is this a video? Oh, it just faded out, so it must be. I'll be quiet.
Yeah, we killed your wife. We could have killed you too, but it was more fun to watch you cry like a baby. You're gonna hunt down the red hand gang to the last man? Well, I'm all that's left, gunslinger. There's something you don't understand. This is bigger than the red hand gang. There are forces at work here that you will never! Like I was saying, there are forces at work that you don't understand. Oh, hell. Looks like I'm gonna need some silver bullets.
Next, returning maze. Everybody's quiet, I love that. There it goes. The Tooth Fairy. Next, returning maze. Take it away. Infected!
Okay. So what we did, we cut Alpha and Bravo, we had both tracks, we put them all into one track this year. So we can put all of our resources, all of our zombies, all the props, all this new stuff, all into one track to bring the largest, best zombie apocalypse scenario to you guys. Are you ready to do it? Alright, the biggest thing we did for Infected this year was we brought in a new weapon system for you. So, do we have any gamers out there? Any hardcore gamers? A couple of you? Well, you're gonna catch up. You're gonna catch a couple of things with these weapons that we weren't able to do last year. We got some kill streak rewards. So the more zombies you shoot, the more you rank up, the better weapon you get. As far as our interacting with the zombies, you will have a light system on the front of your gun. As you get bit, your lights will go down, and if they get completely taken out, you're gonna have to wait until you find a respawn checkpoint before you can be brought back into the game.
Oh, it's going without me. There it goes. First new base. Oh yeah, baby! From the insane imagination of Gus Kruger, The Dead of Winter.
Yeah, let's talk about the Dead of Winter. What we're going to do is we're going to take everybody to a frozen landscape that's been overrun by an army of undead Viking warriors and a horde of really nasty, gnarly, ravenous beasts who are all working with a very, very evil and angry Snow Queen to subjugate and destroy an entire region of this town, the whole land.
The Green Witch is always there. I mean, she started this thing, so she will be there, and I'm sure. What she plans to do, I don't even know yet.
The question was, is Elvira coming back? The answer to that question, ladies and gentlemen, is... Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Elvira, the mistress of the work, Cassandra Peterson herself, live right here on the stage.
Thank you. Oh my God. Okay, guess what? I'm here to announce my new show at Knott Scare. The name is Asylum. Or as I like to call it, Elvira's Booby Hatch. Yeah, anyway, it's music, dancing, comedy jokes. It is insane. Really crazy. That's why we call it Asylum. Anyway, yeah, it's going to be Elvira's only appearance during Halloween, doing a live show. It's going to be at Knott's from, let's see, September 24th all the way through the 31st. And I'm super excited about it. This year we're up in the ante. It's bigger than ever. I know anybody out here who has seen the show before?